The match-fixing allegations have once again rocked Sri Lankan cricket. What is interesting is that a member of the parliament has now alleged that the first test of the series against Pakistan in July had been fixed. The Sri Lankan Cricket Board has asked the ICC's anti-corruption unit to now investigate into these claims. Now, the controversy started when the opposition lawmaker Nalin Bandara said on the floor of the House earlier in the month, and I quote him here, "In the last Pakistan series, our team scored 400-odd runs and still lost the last innings. From the person who rolls the pitch, everyone has been given money. The board has become a gambling den." Nalin Bandara offered no evidence to support these sensational allegations that he made in his speech, which mostly referred to Sri Lanka's cricket's alleged mismanagement of players. The match in question is, of course, the one that took place on the 16th of July at Gale. It was the first match of Sri Lanka's Test series against the touring Pakistan side. The visitors managed to chase down a formidable fourth innings target of 342 runs after Pakistan's opener Abdullah Shafiq slammed an unbeaten ton. But Sri Lanka came back pretty strongly and won the second test at the same venue by 246 runs to level the series 1-all. Now, the series was being played during the height of Sri Lanka's economic crisis this year, which saw months of political unrest, power cuts and also nationwide fuel shortages. Sri Lankan cricket has been at the centre of several allegations in the past, leading to ICC action against many of its cricketers. The 1996 World Cup hero Sanat Jayasuriya was banned for about 2 years in 2019 after he refused to cooperate in a probe concerning corruption in the country. The former Sri Lankan all-rounder Dilhara Lokahethige was banned for 8 years after being found guilty of breaching ICC's anti-corruption code. The last year, the former pacer Nuwan Zoyser was banned for 6 years after he was found guilty of trying to fix matches. So this is yet another sensational allegation pertaining to match fixing that has been made on the Sri Lankan cricket team. The controversy, of course, started when the opposition lawmaker Nalin Bandara said this on the floor of the House earlier in the month, where he said that in the last Pakistan series, the team scored 400-odd runs and still ended up on the losing side. From the person who rolls the pitch, everyone has been given money. The board has become a gambling den. And to give us more insights in terms of what these allegations will mean and how these allegations will, of course, be taken forward, we're being joined by Mr. Roshan Abhisinghe, who is an international cricket commentator, is joining us live from Kandy in Afghanistan. Now, Mr. Abhisinghe, thank you very much indeed for joining us here on WION. The question that I want to ask you is, this is not the first time that allegations of this nature have been made. But what is interesting is that this is an opposition lawmaker who's saying this on the floor of the House in the Sri Lankan Parliament, where he said that the match that took place on the 16th of July against Pakistan was fixed. But he's not given any proof to back his claims. But what do you make of this allegation?
Well, it's a very serious allegation one has to concede. And if it has happened and if it has been fixed, I can tell you that the reputation of Sri Lanka cricket will be further, tarnished. So I'm hoping that it is not the case. But having said that, as I heard you, there isn't enough evidence to kind of back it up. It's just a statement he's made. And as we all know, that there are parliamentary privileges when MPs speak in parliament. So they can speak under parliamentary privileges where they're actually not liable for any legal action outside the parliament during whatever they say in parliament. So I really don't know where this comes from. So if he's sticking by what he says, I'm sure he must be having a lot of strong evidence.
And also he goes on to describe the Sri Lankan Cricket Board as a gambling den. What do you make of this allegation?
That's another serious allegation. It's best that the so-called, at least the best that the opposition MP backs it up with whatever documents and proof, because these are serious allegations. They are accusing the board, and the board comprises of people. And there are certain people with great reputations working for that cricket board, and all of them can be tarnished by statements such as this. A gambling den is a very serious thing. I don't think even the ICC has used such strong words. So I'm afraid it doesn't sound good at all for cricket in Sri Lanka or for the reputation of the Sri Lankan Cricket Board.
Absolutely. Now, the Sri Lankan Cricket Board has asked the ICC's anti-corruption unit to investigate into the claims that have been made. But considering that the allegation has been levelled not just against the players, but rather against the Sri Lankan Cricket Board itself, is there something that the Sri Lankan Cricket Board can actually do to try and prove that these allegations are perhaps, completely baseless?
Well, I think they have taken a very prudent course of action by bringing the bringing the anti-corruption head, Alex Marshall, to come and investigate it. This is the best they could do, because Alex Marshall, at the end of the day, everything stops with him when it comes to anti-corruption. So I believe it's a good move. And as far as Sri Lanka cricket is corrupt, I mean, they can get corrupt only in terms of what the opposition MP accuses them of, which is to kind of fix matches. So obviously what he says is that officers and members of the committees are involved with these match fixers and the guys who fixed it. So Alex Marshall, if he investigates into this allegation and finds that, then I mean, good luck to everybody involved. But if he can in any way disprove such claims, I really don't know how the public, cricket-loving public in this country will react. Because, obviously, the Sri Lankan public, they love cricket. They're very passionate. They love their stars. They love their cricketers. So, this is an accusation leveled against the players also, because, I mean, they played in the game. And if this is found to be not correct, then I believe, the said parliamentarian may have to pay a very heavy price in terms of public opinion and possibly, beyond that.
Absolutely, indeed. Thank you very much indeed, Mr. Abhay Singh, for joining us and getting us all those insights there.
You're most welcome.
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.